Hi guys, how's it going? All right, welcome to the Pack Team Call every Monday night, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We're so excited to have each and every one of you here. Lee's in the background. We have Dylan, we have Michelle. People are going to be showing up as the call keeps going. But other than that, I'm so pumped to have you here. I'm excited for all the progress that we're seeing in the team as we keep on growing. We have a couple new coaches this week, which is awesome. We're going to see a lot more as the weeks progress, right? Because we're shooting for 1,000 for the beginning of next July. That is the team goal as it goes. But other than that, this is what we're going to be talking about tonight. We're going to be talking about accountability, how important that is, and then how we're going to be running the accountability groups. Okay, how we're going to be running the accountability groups. How's that going to work, and what's the commitment, and what's the responsibility of each person that's going to be a member of that accountability group. All right, so. First things first, I hated accountability with a burning passion because I always thought that whatever. First of all, I had my dad. Like I love my dad, and I'm gonna rag on him a little bit. I love my dad. He's my role model, my hero, 100%. He's one of, if not my best friend. He's great. Okay, so whenever I say this, I don't want you to take that as like bash my dad. I'm not. I love him. So, but my dad, whenever we were growing up, and we had to go through a lot of growing experiences together, just because my dad originally he was a very very much perfectionist, and I had a really really hard time with accountability because I'm a Ruby personality. I'm gonna slow down a little bit. I'm talking too fast. But I had a Ruby personality, which means if you haven't been to Danny Johnson yet, a Ruby personality is an you're good. It's an extremely driven personality. Is one that you want to get it right, that you want to get the job done. That you want to be the quickest, the best. These are the people that play sports. I was into football, baseball, basketball, name it. Okay, I was into it, and then whenever business came around, I just shot into it. I loved it. So anyway, other than that. My dad was a perfectionist, and he was really would hold me accountable. That's what he would say to the things. So, but he would always point out what I was doing wrong, and I'm sharing you my personal growth experience. Hi, Stephanie. I'm sharing with you my personal growth experience of accountability because whenever I had that with my dad, I always thought accountability was somebody telling you what you're doing wrong. Okay, and that's not necessarily the truth but that was my warped sense of it because was my sense of accountability. So through my growing up in school and life and everything, I had an authority issue all the time because anytime I was ever held accountable by anybody, I thought they were telling me what I was doing wrong all the time. And nobody wants to be told. I don't know about you. All I know is I didn't want to be told I was doing wrong all the time whenever I was getting jobs done quicker than other kids. Am I the only one on this call that doesn't like to be told what they're doing wrong?
I'm there with you.
Nobody likes criticism.
Exactly. Okay, cool. Especially our personality. Absolutely. So, but the truth is, this is what I had to come to learn about accountability, and I want to instill this kind of culture in the groups that we're going to be doing, in the accountability groups that we're going to be going into. Danny Johnson really, really, really hit me hard. Okay, this time around. Tell you what, I'm going to back up a little bit. What even gave the idea of accountability groups? I was talking to Tommy Migrant. He's a friend of mine on Facebook. He's an awesome guy. For those of you that don't know who he is, he's got a team of about 3,000 coaches. Amazing, amazing guy. He really went from like a grade A jerk, okay, to the point to where now he's like the most inspirational, motivational guy. Every time he talks, he's very, very uplifting, but at the same time, he's worked his ass off to get his business where it's at, and he became a very, very genuine and amazing, man, and in all aspects of life, not just his business. But I was talking to him because he was stuck at Diamond for 2 years. He was stuck at Diamond, okay, and couldn't get above Diamond rank. He was literally stuck at Diamond for 2 years, over 700 days of having to see Diamond in his back office. But all of a sudden, after those 2 years, he shot up, okay? He literally just took off, all right? And I asked him, what was the thing that really made you change, that really made the difference for you in your business? And the main two things he told me, number one was I started meeting people like crazy, okay, and I started signing between 6 to 8 coaches a month. Okay, that was average for me, was signing 6 to 8 coaches a month. And he was working his tail off with his business. I'm not suggesting you work 100 hours a week. I'm just telling you what he told me, okay? And the second thing was that he held people to strong forces of accountability. Okay, and whenever I heard that, I was thrown off because of my warped sense of personal development that accountability is just telling what you're doing wrong. But the truth is, Danny Johnson, moving forward a couple months, Danny Johnson smacked me in the head whenever we went this time, because she told our group, our Ruby group, our goal-driven personality group, that the things that make people produce the most, especially you, is number one number one, time management. Okay, and we have a lot of Rubies on this call right now, and this is why I'm speaking to you. Okay, is time management can make your business explode. Okay, but number two is accountability. All right, and she explained a little bit about what accountability is. The accountability is not necessarily somebody telling you what you're doing wrong, but it's somebody holding you accountable to on the course to become the person that you want to be. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not with these accountability groups. Like, we're never going to come down on you for doing what you're doing wrong. Okay. But at the same time, if you're going to say, this is who I want to be, and this is where I want to go, and this is who I want to become, the point of an accountability group is to have brothers and sisters alongside you. For those of you that read the Bible, I'm not trying to get religious on you, but when a lot of people, whenever it comes to accountability, just like it says in the Bible, it's like a one sword sharpening another. Okay, it's literally like making the other person sharper into the best form of that person that they can be. Okay, it's creating you. The purpose of it is creating you and building you to become the person that you want to become. Right? Because how many of us on here? Okay, how many of us on this call are not even in our business, and you can say in our business, but in overall life, are not the person we really want to be yet? Okay, because there's a lot of growing we still have to do. Okay, good. That's the majority of us, and that's okay. All right. First of all, learn to enjoy the journey where you're at. Whether you're an emerald, a diamond, an active coach, wherever you are. First of all, enjoy the journey, because if you can't enjoy the journey, you're not going to like it anywhere along the line. Because as soon as you get to 10-star, then you got to get to 15. All right. So, like, enjoy where you're at, enjoy the journey, and be satisfied with where you are. But I'm saying to be satisfied, but not comfortable. Okay, because if you're comfortable, it means you're sitting down. Okay, and sitting on the couch feels pretty freaking comfortable, but that's not necessarily going anywhere. All right, be satisfied with where you're at. Okay, and be happy and enjoy the journey where you're at, because everything you're learning, okay, all the struggles you go through and everything that you're doing, okay. Thomas Edison, I was listening to a story. I was listening to Tony Robbins earlier today. It was his 8,999th time he was trying to make the light bulb, and he almost killed everybody in the office because there was a small explosion where he was trying to make the light bulb. And as soon as that happened, it really shook up everybody in the room. They were freaking out. And Thomas Edison, as soon as it was all over, he just started writing down in his journal and just started taking notes. And his sidekick was telling him, are you serious? You almost killed all of us in here. You failed again. This is your 8,999th time you've tried to frickin' do this. You failed again. And he just said, I haven't failed again. I just found out how to make a small explosion. That probably is going to help me somewhere in the future. I just found out another way to make a light bulb. Okay. All right. So exactly. He knew that he was going to get there. It wasn't a question. Okay. And he was working his butt off to get there. But at the same time, he was okay with where he was at because he knew he was making progress, and he enjoyed the position where he was because he was constantly learning. Does that make sense? Am I speaking to anybody on this call tonight? Am I talking too fast for anybody else?
You're good.
Okay, cool. All right. Because how many of us so far have experienced some kind of struggle in our business? Okay. All right. Exactly. How many of us have taken a step back from that struggle and learned something from that struggle? Okay. Anybody? It's okay. It's all right. No, and that's awesome, and that's part of the journey. Now, how does accountability come into it? All right. Accountability is somebody who's screwing up the light bulb with you, but making progress along the way to become the person that they want to become as well, and experiencing the journey together and moving forward as a unit versus just you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. It's about two people coming together, not one person pointing out the issues in another person. Does that make sense? All right. Yep. Now, are you stronger with one person or two, or are you stronger with one person or more than one?
More than one.
Right? You ever try to break one toothpick? Well, it's pretty easy. You ever try to break 10 in a row? Okay. I tried to be strong in front of my brother one day and I look like an idiot. Okay. All right. So point is, what I'm saying is I literally tried to break it over money and I ended up stabbing myself. But point is, all right, you're stronger with other people. Okay. Especially when you're in that intimate situation with them where you're laying out, this is my numbers that I hit this week. It's not what I want to see. And this is where I want to be. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, we're going to be running the accountability groups. We're going to get into the mechanics of the accountability groups and how they're going to work. Okay, because I'm not going to keep you here more than another 20 minutes or so. Getting into the mechanics of how that's going to work over the course of the remainder of our team, however long that is, hopefully forever, because I love you guys. So anyway, now, moving on into the mechanics of the whole thing. First of all, outside of the accountability groups, wherever you are in your business, okay, Lee's accountability partner is with Amy Stone, who is supposed to be on this call. She should be here sometime soon. She's having a little problem with Zoom, okay? Every single person on this call, no matter where you are, okay, no matter who you are going to set up and have one accountability partner, okay? And whoever this accountability partner is, number one, okay, these are some qualities you should look for before making this decision, because this is an important decision who your accountability partner is going to be. All right. Number one, they have to be going to a similar height that you want to go to. All right. That's a suggestion, okay, for me personally, because the reason I got an accountability partner outside of the never mind, I'm hold on for that. The reason I got the accountability partner that I have now is she's a 3-star diamond coach that's pushing even faster than I am, but she's going to the same destination, and we're pushing each other to get there. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Number two is number two is it has to be somebody that's courageous enough to not take your crap. Okay. All right. That's just the truth. All right. The reason I chose personally someone outside of the pack to hold me accountable to my goals. And you can have several accountability partners. Wendy is one of my accountability partners within our team. Okay. You can have several accountability partners, but have 1 or 2 or 3 people that are going to hold you accountable to the person you want to go and making sure you're making progress towards that. But the reason I chose someone outside of the team is specifically because they don't know my downline. They don't know my history. They don't have an emotional connection to me, and they can actually make a sound judgment on where I'm going and analyze where I am and where I want to be and have I made enough progress towards that goal like I said I was going to do in the last week. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
Yes.
picking someone that is going to go where you want to go, okay, that's heading to similar heights, okay. Number 2, okay, is picking someone who's courageous enough and can be enough of a friend that's not going to take your crap. All right. Whenever you come up with an excuse, because I can't tell you how many times a certain person has told me, Sam, that's bullcrap, and you know it. All right. All right. I love it, and it's awesome, and it hurts at the time, but whenever I realize that I can get over that excuse because she's doing better in that area than I am, and I get competitive, and I say there's no reason she's not smarter than me, she doesn't have a better system than me, she dang sure doesn't have a better team than me, there's no reason that I can't be at the same height she is. I am able to get over my excuses because she was able to show me where my crap is and how I can get over my own excuses. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Am I making sense here? Am I all over the map? Or are you understanding this?
Making sense.
Making sense.
Shake your head up and down if you're alive out there. Okay, awesome. Cool. All right, good. All right, so awesome. I guess probably the third thing would be for accountability partners would just be moving at the same pace that you are, and would be someone that you can be friends with. Okay, because it's a lot easier to be friends with this person that's moving forward with you. Like obviously me and Wendy are great friends. This person that I'm talking about are great friends. I even have people outside of Beachbody that I'm great friends with that are holding me accountable to my goals. Okay. So whoever these people are, somebody that you can be friends with that's heading to similar heights and that's willing to be courageous enough and enough of your friend to not take your crap and actually tell you what they truly think whenever you're getting there. Not in a not in a negative, like downplaying, not in a condemning kind of way, but literally someone who plants an identity in you saying you are better, you can do this, there's no reason why you can't. Okay, that sounds a lot better than you're screwing up, you're not going to do any better. I don't see how you get the point, okay?
Yeah.
Someone who believes in you, someone who's going to push you to be where you want to be because that's who you say you want to be, and someone who's going to plant an identity in you that's greater than where you are right now. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Awesome. All right, so that's what I wanted to cover, and I want you, every single person that's on this call right now, and even if you're watching this recording right now, all right, whenever this recording is released in the pack, I want you to post below this video, I want you to post who your accountability partner is, all right, and you're going to post what is the weekly half hour that you're going to spend with each other, all right, to give each other your goals for that week. All right, to give each other your goals for that week, all right, and to assess how you did the last week and whether or not you hit the goals from the week prior. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, you follow me? Does anybody have any questions up until now? You all right?
I'm good.
Awesome. Cool. So post the person that you're going to hold accountable to and the time that you're going to meet for that half hour a week where you're actually going to talk about, did I hit my goals? What are my goals for this week? And moving forward into the next week and the next week and the next week. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. Cool. And this is just a suggestion for you, okay? And this is kind of fun. All right? I'm not going to lie. I've actually kind of had fun doing this. If you don't hit your goals from the following week, whenever you have your accountability group, whenever you have your accountability partner and you're being real together, all right, and you don't hit your goals that you said you were going to hit, I'm going to ask you to share in just a second. Pain point, okay? Whatever your pain point is. I know that sounds terrible, but just hear me out, okay? Whatever your pain point is, so that you'll do that thing that doesn't feel comfortable where you are if you don't hit your goal. So it's more motivation for you to hold accountable to yourself to hit that goal, all right? The pain point for me personally is if I don't hit my goal with my friend that I'm checking in with every single week, I can't have coffee for the week, and that sucks, okay? All right? I had another person who was actually his mom. I'm not going to say the exact religion, but she was very, very devout about her religion, and she would go door to door, knocking on doors and sharing what she believed. Okay, and this particular individual, this guy who was in the same business, hated doing that because she used to drag him along when he was a kid to go and do that with his mom. So he agreed that this pain point for him, if he didn't hit his goals that week, is that Saturday, every Saturday, in between, he would go out with his mom sharing his beliefs door to door that he hated doing every single week if he didn't hit the goals that he wanted to hit. All right, another person, and in fact, Lee, tell him yours. This is Lee's pain point with Amy.
All right, my pain point is if I don't reach my goal for that week, I have to wake up at 5 in the morning and do my workout every morning for that whole week, and call my accountability partner at 5 in the morning, saying that I'm going to do my workout. And if she doesn't pick up, then
you have to keep calling.
I have to keep calling.
So his pain point is not only does he have to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but he has to call his accountability partner and piss her off at 5 o'clock in the morning. He has to wake her up to let him know that he's working out, or to let her know that he's working out. Okay, you can make this fun, okay, and it can be a blast, all right, but it's definitely giving you some freaking motivation to hit your goals. Does that make sense? Okay. All right. Is anybody learning anything about accountability here and how this can actually help and how this can actually work and how it's not actually a condemning thing, is actually something to create you into the person you want to be?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm hoping I'm reaching somebody out there. So, cool. Awesome. All right, so finally, how is the accountability groups going to work? Well, obviously, you're going to have the intimate setting with this one-on-one person, okay, whoever that person is. I don't want you to do a max of more than 3 people. This is something also that a suggestion that I'm going to do as accountability partners. Do not make your upline or your downline your accountability, okay? Make it somebody else, not somebody that you personally sponsored or that you're personally sponsored, okay? Somebody else who is sponsored by a different person, yet it can be in the same team, but like I don't want Michelle being accountability partners with Wendy, because like you can hold accountable to Wendy because she's your upline, but we want someone on the same level who's outside of your business, who doesn't give you benefit or negative if they don't do work. Actually be a friend to be able to hold you accountable to your goals with an unbiased opinion. Does that make sense? Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, all right. So the next thing, how do these accountability groups actually work? Hi. Who's here?
Wait, I think Stephanie went away.
I think Stephanie went away, but is that Deb? Hi.
Hello.
How's it going?
Fine.
It's so great to meet you. So
You too.
awesome. Well, cool. Well, all right. So next thing that we're gonna talk about, all right, is how are these actual accountability groups going to work? Okay, how are they going to function? What's their purpose? Okay, so you have this one-on-one setting, right, with this accountability partner that you're rather intimate with your details, your numbers, that the numbers you hit that week, the numbers you're shooting for. Okay, you can set whatever goals you want to set with your accountability partner. All right, but in the accountability groups, everybody that's working this business as a business, okay, everybody's working this business as a business, okay, is going to be in the accountability group. You're going to be posting every single day and holding accountable to the group as a whole, okay, the three vital behaviors, okay. Invite. So you're going to write how many. Okay, for those of you that don't know, three vital. Okay, I'm having serious feedback from somebody. I don't know who that is.
You're freezing for me.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't even know what you're saying.
You don't know what I'm saying?
Last 5 minutes? No.
Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna keep going. I'm gonna record it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So moving into the three vital behaviors. All right. For those of you that don't know what they are, it's put out by Beachbody. The three things you need to do to grow your business is invite, whether to a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. Number 2 is be a product of the product, doing the workouts. And number 3 is personal development. So these are the three things, the three vital behaviors, the things that are going to grow your business that we're going to be held accountable to. All right. So just like Tommy Migran said originally, the things that really kicked off his business was he started working his tail off building this business. But number 2 is he set up systems of accountability, not only for himself, but for his team as a whole. This is going to be our system of accountability. I'm going to ask you leaders, and you know who you are on this call, to commit with me and everybody on here. Forget just certain leaders. Okay. Everybody on here is a leader. Every single person on here, whether you're a diamond coach or a star diamond coach or an emerald coach or just a plain coach right now, either way, I guarantee you, my grandmother used to say, Sam, whenever you walk into a room like you own it, if you do that enough times, eventually you will. Okay. What I'm telling you is that if you act like a diamond coach and you act like the star diamond coach that you want to be right now and step up into that position of leadership, whether or not your knowledge is there yet, but you start acting like it and you start believing it, eventually there's nothing that can hold you back from getting there. So I'm inviting, whether or not you're an emerald coach, a diamond coach, a star diamond coach, whoever you are on this call, I'm inviting you to step up in this form of leadership, okay, and to start posting in the accountability group every single day. All right. You're going to be posting your invite, which is the first of the three vital behaviors. How many people you invited to a challenge group or the coaching opportunity that day. All right. Number 2 is going to be, is a product of the product, what workout you did. All right. And number 3 is going to be the personal development. What you read in your personal development. What did you read, and what was the aha moment? What was the golden nugget you got out of that? What was the golden nugget you got out of that personal development? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So I believe that's what I wanted to cover with the accountability group. Okay. So tell me, Dylan, what are you going to be posting in the accountability group every day?
Posting the people I invited, the workout, and I forgot the third one.
All right, personal development. Okay?
Personal development.
Your aha moment, your golden nugget you got from your personal development. All right. I guarantee you, probably besides the invite, well, all 3 of them are just as important as the other ones. But the personal development, please do not leave that out 100%. The only way I was able to grow my business, the only way Wendy was able to grow hers, the only reason any coach on this team was able to grow their team was because of the personal development. Because the truth is, whenever you start off as a coach, you cannot be successful in this business being the person that you are. But if you commit to a certain plan for your own personal development, I guarantee you that your life will change. Okay, if you read 10 pages a day, 10 pages a day for 1 year, okay, that's 3,560 pages. that you're going to read over that year. That's give or take, I don't know what. Let's just say 20 books, okay? 20 books of good, solid information, all right? Good, solid information that's meant to change your life and who you are, all right? Imagine if you've done that and your life is completely transformed by the words in those books by more successful people than we are right now, okay? I guarantee you there's no way your business cannot grow, all right? So personal development every single day, the workout every single day, and how many people you invited to a challenge group or the coaching opportunity is what we're going to be posting in there. And I invite you, whether you're a coach, Emerald coach, Diamond coach, Star Diamond coach, wherever you are in your journey, all right, to step up in this form of leadership and join us. Okay, join us in this journey to change people's life, help free people from debt, free people from depression, free people from obesity, free people from everything that holds them back in their life, and set them free from these changes so that they can move forward, be the person they were meant to be, and make a dent on this world they weren't going to leave before they met you. All right, that's all where it starts. Is the daily rowing, the daily difference. Hey, listen, I lost 60 pounds. Is there anybody, okay, think about it. Tommy Migrant had to lose 100 pounds. Everybody on the call we had to lose 10, 15, 20 pounds, however much, all right? Okay, or gain, at least trying to gain weight and do muscle weight, all right? How do you lose 40 pounds, okay? One simple day at a time, all right? Doing what you need to do daily, every single day to take off that weight 1 ounce, 1 step, 1 jog, 1 pound at a time, all right? Tons of small actions compiled over the course of a long time equal huge results, all right? So if we can be held accountable to one other person or 2 other people, and then held accountable in the group, making sure that we're doing everything we need to do to grow our business, all right, in the day in and day out, there's no reason why your business is not going to explode. You're not going to see the results incredibly tomorrow. In fact, you might, okay? If you make 10 coaching invites and you sign up 5 of them, sweet. Good job. I'm very proud. Okay. But if you make 10 coaching invites over the course of the next week, you make 10 coaching invites, you're not going to make $2 million tomorrow. Okay. Or you're not going to be in the Millionaires Club next week. But if you do that over the course of the next 3 years, there's no reason you won't have at least a 6-figure income. That if you're doing the 3 and 30 and teaching other people to do the 3 and 30, and you really, really want it, there's no reason you can't have a 6-figure income in this business next 2 to 3 years. So other than that, I hope that makes sense. Is there any questions that anybody has for me right now about the accountability group or the personal development I went through or anything that I've said in the last half hour?
No.
Okay, cool. That means I either did really good or really bad. Right? All right, guys. Awesome. Well, I'm about to stop the recording, but just before I stop, I just want to let you know I'm very proud of each and every one of you that are either watching this call after it's been recorded or that are on this call right now. I'm very proud of each and every one of you, and no matter what anybody else says or what comes up against you or what lies come in your head or who says you can't do it, no matter what, our goals are at the top of the mountain and we're on the side. All right? People are going to come up to you and they're going to tell you that mountain's too slippery, that mountain's too steep, it's too spiky, it's too dangerous. Why don't we go climb this other mountain? And you're going to say?
Going to the top.
There you go. All right. Cool. All right. You're going to say, I'm going to the top. You're either going to find me dead on the side or waving from the top. I'm not coming back. I have a person that I want to be, and I have 1 million lives I want to change, one person at a time. I'm shooting for a purpose, for a dream, and I am going to change this world. I'm going to the top. And with that said, thank you so much for meeting us on the PAC at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time every single week. Other than that, this call is now officially concluded. Have an awesome night, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you at the top. Have a good one. Bye.
Thank you.